All right. Okay. Let's see. Beep, 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 beep. Obviously, there's nobody here yet, or at all. I don't think there will be at all. Um, I will get into this in just a minute. I do, want to check levels and stuff. Um, because I have to do it on my own because I don't have people to watch me and make sure it's okay. Um, so yeah. I don't. Okay. Well, we'll see. Um, so yeah, we're just gonna be kind of going through Castlevania music. This playlist is very bad. Um, I'm gonna probably look up better stuff at some point. But anyway, I'm gonna open these up. I want to mess with. I really want to listen to that again. Okay. Well, I want to go to Divine Bloodlines for a minute, and I want to show. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see if that's too loud. I gotta get a little bit of talking so I can tell. Let's see. Okay, I think it's fine. I think if anything, I could turn down my volume. Also, it just I wasn't even paying attention, and now it's. Okay, well, I'm gonna bring down my volume a little bit. Let's see if I can get this to work. I might have to change my Wi-Fi source or something. We'll switch from whatever. I don't need to explain it. Anyway, this is like my favorite Castlevania song. Obviously this is the overture version, obviously. Um, yeah, this is like one of my all-time favorite tracks from almost any video game, to be honest. It's just like, oh, it's so good. It has the right amount of tension and release, and it's so exciting. I don't feel like I run into too many tracks where that is the case. Um, at least in the way that this one is composed. I feel like a lot of games will sort of follow like a certain formula, and this one doesn't. At least like in the sense that this is a Japanese game, but you can feel like the mixing of different styles, and you could tell that this is Baroque influenced, while also like I mean this is very 80s arrangement and mixing, and it's just like it's energetic, but it has that very minor feel. It's got a lot of tension, especially with these like the way it's leading into the resolution. Like it's a lot of tension even in that melody, and it makes it super interesting and like attention grabbing. You got that resolution. Like oh, it's got a lot of. You could tell that there's some jazz influence in there as well. You gotta. It sounds like there's a lot of sevenths. I'm not really paying that much attention. Like that's so tense, and then it comes into that resolution there, and it comes back into the loop. It's so good, and God, I hate this version because the instrument arrangement is just and I get it, they have their limitations with this console, but it's just got nothing on the Rondo of Blood version. Chino Rondo. It still has its own charm, but just in comparison, you have such less detailed instruments and samples. You just lose a lot there. It's almost like you took the Rondo of Blood version and compressed the shit out of it and just like lost all that detail. You know, it's such a bummer. Anyway, skip ahead to Blood Relations, which I like. This is a very different take while using that like same leitmotif from the melody. But it's just like in this very different way. I mean, you hear this arpeggiation there, and then you have that bass come in, which is very reminiscent of, you know, Divine Bloodlines. And then here, it's like really cool because you have this same melody, but it's in such a different context, and it's way more sinister and dark, which is like so cool, man. That's what I love about music. I also like the way it loops. It loops in a pretty cool way. I like that. I like this part. I love this arpeggiation in the back. It just gives it this really unique texture that you don't find anywhere else. And again, it recontextualizes the notes to be more sinister, which is obviously the intent. And then, yeah, right after this is the alternate loop, which I also think is pretty cool. I also really like that it's subtle, but the mixing is different. It's also interesting too because you could tell sort of the time period of some of this stuff because the way that everything's panned is pretty different from how a lot of things tend to be now when mixing. It's like pretty wide. You have like more of that synth bass in like the right ear as opposed to down in the middle or anything. Now the bass pedal notes are in the left more. The melody's in the middle. Now the bass is in the middle, which is really cool, by the way. It does. There's some automation along with it, and it does start to spread out, and it's just really cool. I don't know if I really like this version over the regular one, but I like both, so it doesn't really matter. The MIDI collection was cool too. I just don't love these MIDI instruments, but they're fine. This is really cool though. I think I do somewhat like the instruments here. I don't want to say more than the Symphony of the Night ones. I just think they sound unique. Okay, but this is just ear candy to me. This is such a cool way to take this track. And this is like one of my favorite versions of this. It's just really fucking cool. The way that violin bleeds in from the intro into this part, oh god. And that reverb, it's just so pretty. And then it becomes a waltz, which is really fucking cool. Again, this like recontextualization of the melody. I might pull it up, but there's also... Yeah, I'll go ahead and... There's a cover version of this that I really like too. Also, God, that piano. It's just so fucking good. This is a decent version. Portrait of Ruin. I do like this little bit here. But I do also like the instruments here. That little arpeggiation, ooh, that's nice. The bass is also cool. I do want to skip to the arranged version because I do actually like this one better. Just a bit. I just kind of like this like weird synth. It has this weird effect, and I'm not sure how they did it, but on the attack, it's like doubled. Not always though. I think they might have literally just played it twice, but it sounds really cool. Could even just be either an overdub that they moved off time, or it could just be an echo effect. I'm honestly not sure. No, I don't think so. I don't know. I'd really like to figure out how they did that. If I remember right, this is actually a pretty interesting version. Yeah. Yeah, this one is cool. Again, you have this somewhat counterpoint in the guitar part versus the melody. Gives that last note of the melody in the loop a little bit more tension, which I really like. I think it's going down half. Yeah, it's going down almost like a walking bass line, and it adds a lot of darkness to it. It gives it this really heavy, there might even be a diminished chord. This really heavy minor feel. This isn't all gonna be Divine Bloodlines. Is there any other versions I want to check out here? Some of these are really cool. I like the Harmony of Despair version. I think I'm going to skip the Smash Bros version only because that's basically the Harmony of Despair one, but remastered. Re-recorded, obviously. But I really like this one too. You definitely hear some of the inspiration from the Dracula X Chronicles version. in terms of the chord structure. But this is just a really nice version. Also, Harmony of Despair is a really fucking cool game. Those drums are fucking killers, dude. There's two guitars. Yeah. And there's the synth on the melody. Just so fucking cool. That's gonna be most of this. I just got back home, so I'm like not gonna be super analytical. I'm just gonna point out very basic shit. Do I want to do... Actually, the Dead Cells version is really good. I like the focus on, like... This almost sounds like a mandolin. I honestly wouldn't be... I wouldn't know for sure. It's just like really unique arrangement for this track. Pretty different from the other versions. And yeah, I mean, you could probably, because of the arranger being from, I'd assume from Dead Cells. I don't know that for sure. But again, like, this part, really different for the melody. Even though the melody's the same, it really makes it feel different. But anyway, this part, yeah, this version's really cool. I do actually really like this too. The Vampire Survivors one. I think this one's fun. I mean, it's really cool. Obviously, Vampire Survivors, very heavily inspired by Castlevania. So yeah, this version's really good. Okay. Now this version by Trevor Morris, with Ari Mason on vocals. This is fucking this is like the best thing to come out of that fucking dumb Netflix Castlevania adaptation. And what I think sucks about that is I like the series because I like Castlevania and I like the action, I like the animation. I hate the way the characters are written, I hate the dialogue. It's garbage. But as far as, I mean, the soundtrack, just listen to this. By the way, that is really cool four-part harmony. And now the bass line being doubled by, I'd assume cello. Also, this part is technically the reprise of the main theme that's about to come up. I particularly like the way that this video puts it all together, though. I think it sounds really good all together. I don't know, I'd imagine it was probably, I don't know, probably composed together. I'm not sure. But I like this. It goes from the reprise to the trailer version to the main version to back to the trailer version, which the trailer version is really fucking cool. Has this really cool like build up here. And then boom. Like you got that guitar. The guitar is doubled by a vocal. Then obviously you have these intense kick drums, bass drums. You have this electronic buzzing in there too. Those sound like violin swells. Maybe, well, not violin, but string swells. Just such a cool version, man. Oh. Oh right, I did want to show this. I think that's all the Castlevania stuff in here. God, the way that like so many of the instruments drop out here. Oh man. Also, Ari Mason's such a good singer, man. check that out too. We'll probably, honestly, this has nothing to do with it, but we'll probably check that out too, because that's also really cool. Anyway. Okay, this is that cover. This is MK Lachi. Really good covers from this person. I don't think they don't really upload anymore. But I used to listen to this one a lot. Okay, well I'm not gonna show the whole thing, but you get the point. Very good. This is a good round of blood. Also, I really like this channel. I love their dedication to keeping track of all of these Castlevania like versions of Castlevania songs. Is what I'm trying to say. Wicked Child's good. We'll come back to that. I think she does the little like intro with the bass the best. I think the way she does it is way better than a lot of the versions that I've seen. But also the general structure in this arrangement is far more interesting than like 90% of covers I've seen of Rondo Blood. Also, her dynamics are just so well done. Like, she starts playing intense at the parts that deserve it. Her dynamics are very interesting. There's no parts that are too quiet or too loud. And it's kind of going in between a lot. And it's really well done. I really like this cover. God. Fucking style right there. That woman has class. Alright, that's swag. This is like the main one that most people know. This is really old. 2007. But it's well remembered for good reason. Also, this is obviously a bit of a different arrangement for Bloody Tears. Because you have these really slow, soft parts. I love that little tempo shift. Also, love the bass line on this cover because it's an arpeggiation of the chords. Anyway, I probably did it all fucky, but you know what I'm getting at. I think particularly because with this cover there isn't much happening in the right hand, so the left hand part is sort of making up for that by being way more interesting. Again, even something as simple as just arpeggiating the chords in the left hand just really gives it this a bit more of an interesting flair, as opposed to just doing the chords themselves. Also, because it has like this part, again, it has like these different parts that are, you could tell, in this person's style. Honestly, I never checked out their other, I imagine they do other covers, but Ray187, very, very good pianist from Singapore. Okay, I also want to show off this one by Tetsuya Kazuki. This is a very cool Bloody Tears cover. God, that piano's so bright. Obviously, it's a keyboard, but it's very, very bright. Very pretty. I like that the guitar and the violin switch off of the melody throughout this. I don't know. I love violin. It's just such an interesting sounding instrument. Obviously, the guitar here, the tone is just so. How do I describe it? It's about that classic metal tone. Also, this piano solo is fantastic. This shit is awesome. I think I want to go ahead and yeah, I do want to check out this video because I really like this song too. I think most people do. Most people I think should know it by now. But even for how limited the NES was, like this is a really cool track, and strangely it like has a good amount of layers to it. Oh no no no! Don't do that! Come on, come on! Don't be a bitch. Like especially that way that bass sounds. And I love these drums. They're that's 8-bit gold right there. Want to listen to the Dracula 2 version? We can. I like the instruments in this one. I think it's fun. Oh, but Haunted... Let's listen to the Haunted Castle one, because that one's pretty cool. Obviously, this was an arcade, so it had more bandwidth to work with. Which gives you this super cool sound that obviously you can't get out of the NES or the Famicom. I love how the comments are usually just this. What a horrible night to have a curse. I mean, not all of them. There actually used to be like a bunch more of those. The Super Castlevania version is very cool too. I have banana chips. I think it's cool. Kind of wish it punched harder. But it is cool. Let's see which version I think it's this one, the Roland CM64. This one's really cool. Yeah, it's a really fun version. Then you got the Rondo of Blood version, which is definitely a favorite of mine. You'll see why. God, that organ. This part I just love. Like this whole bit here is super, super Baroque. Especially the way this resolves here. Very, very Baroque. That little build up there like I think this is the version that does this arrangement the best. Um, Obviously there are other really good versions. I don't want to say this is like definitively my favorite, but it's up there. Like let's see. The Bloodline version's cool. I like the instruments here too. But I really like this version. Akuma jo durakura eksu. Gekka no yasoi kyo. I never said I knew Japanese, but this is a really fucking cool version. I'm gonna rewind a little bit because I really like that piano opening. God, it is just soaked in reverb. It's so cool. I think right here, coming up is the really cool part. This part is fucking sick, by the way. I feel like this version was probably live recorded or live tracked and then compressed to fit onto whatever this would have been, DVD, I think. Well, not DVD, CD. Wait, am I stupid? But yeah, I feel like this would have had to have been compressed. No, Sega Saturn, yeah. To fit into the game files and everything. But I think it's interesting because the piano actually sounds really good. I mean, obviously, the guitar and stuff, those are just going to be more compressed. They're just higher in the range. And they already have so much distortion on them. But I almost wonder if there's a version out there of this recording that's super high fidelity and clean. I would really like to hear it. Like an uncompressed mix of this. I wouldn't doubt that it's out there somewhere. Maybe in somebody's like fucking filing cabinet somewhere. On like an old hard drive. Anyway, let's move to, I kinda wanna check this out. I don't know if I wanna watch this whole thing though. It's always interesting. Oh, yeah, this to watch later, by the way. It's always interesting. Evangelion is such like everyone says it's such a depressing series, but more often than not, I feel like I see people who are actually saved by it because um, I think it harkens back to that that old quote where it's art is meant to disturb the comforted and comfort the disturbed. And I think nothing, I'm sure there are things, but I think Neon Genesis Evangelion and a lot of its music really fit that quote, because it's just like the way that these themes of depression, escapism, I feel like the way that they're represented is just so intense and realistic. And I think to some people, I'm sure that might make things worse. I don't know. But I think for a lot of people, it does a lot to help. It's definitely a reason why it's one of my all-time favorite anime, because it's just like, I guess without going into too much detail, it's just one of those things that really feels like it's speaking to me and a lot of other people. I think it's almost I think honestly it's really funny that Evangelion is a series known for having such like a variety of merchandise. I think part of that might come from the rebuilds. But given the way that the original series goes and what it turned into, it is really interesting to me that, like, if you look at the merchandising, it's just like nothing. It does not give you that impression at all. Or some of the art, even. I think this art here is really fitting. Um, but I do think some of the art isn't. But I think especially those themes of, I mean, it's a series that is very lonely. And I mean, that's one of the biggest themes, is the struggle to connect to people. And I think you sort of have this feeling that, like, every character they're all striving to be rid of loneliness in their own way. And I think it's really important the way that each one is depicted, and they give good reasoning as to why, because like these feel like real people, even though the scenario is so crazy sci-fi fucking eldritch horror fucking nonsense. These characters are real people with real emotions, and their emotions are intense and messy. And if you don't see yourself in one of these characters, to some degree it's almost like, well, who are you? And I think it's the kind of series that should make you question who you are, and should make you really reflect on your life and what it is you're doing. I don't know, I think it's beautiful that something like this, I wanted to hear Thanatos before I finally surrendered to the void. It's intense. Let's not sugarcoat how intense a sentence like this is. But it's beautiful how something like this can save somebody, and the ways in which something that so many would see as incredibly depressing and sad, and maybe even ruin their mood, how much that can heal people. It's almost hard to read some of these out loud. Um, the drop at 638 rips my heart out every time I hear it, as it personifies loss into a musical form that's inescapable. You're locked into it, just the same as someone experience a loss of a loved one. Would be in that moment, and the world drops out from underneath you in one fell swoop. And I think personifying these sorts of ideas in music and art, I mean, really, how can you even, to some degree, I'm not even sure how you can explain that feeling. I think you just know it. And I don't think you have to be like, I don't know, I don't think you've had to have gone through trauma to understand something like this. I think this music is so well composed and arranged that anyone could enjoy it. I think the series is so good that anyone could enjoy it. I mean, it has very likable characters. I think those themes are there for the people who want them, and I think the rest of it is for everyone else, you know? Okay, let's get off of this. um, okay, we're gonna go a little bit longer, and then we'll kind of, go somewhere else. Let's listen to Aquarius. This is a really good track. This is also specifically... Is this Harmony of Dissonance? I think so. Or Despair. I always get that wrong. Harmony of Despair, not Dissonance. This is a really good track. Vampire Killer is like 2 hours in. That's kind of crazy. Also, A Fleeting Respite is really good. We should check that one out too. Actually, let's check that one out. Because these are... this is a really good composer right here. And all of her tracks are just fucking incredible. I mean, dude, she composed Dance of Pales. Like... And Leon's theme. Yeah, I mean, she did the music for Lament of Innocence, obviously. I didn't know she composed for Skullgirls. I never really played Skullgirls personally. Yeah, these are just a few of them, but these are all really good. Also, if you've never played Lament of Innocence, it's actually one of the only... Actually, it kind of is the only 3D Castlevania game that I enjoy. I didn't really get into Lords of Shadows or those games. I don't really like the 64 games. I think lore-wise they're really cool. Music-wise they're really good. I just don't really like them. This game though I actually really like. I don't think I would pick it over, you know, Rondo of Blood or Bloodlines or some of those games, but I love this track. Um, so just to add, I think the combination of certain composers and artists like, you know, Michiru Yamane and blah 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 blah. I cannot speak. I am very tired. I'm just being real. But Ayami Kojima, I think those are some of the things that really give Castlevania its iconic feel and look. Just, I mean, this art paired with this music is just fantastic. This design as well. I've always really liked Alucard's design. I think it's super well thought out. But the end castle's pretty good. Oh god. I am very sorry. I'm still a little sick. Okay, we're gonna listen to a little bit of Leon's theme. I will also be right back. I have a thing to deal with. And I am back. Yeah, this is a really good track. I feel like I've said that about like everything we've listened to, but hey, like I said, I'm not giving well-versed critique. I totally could. I'm not going to. Anyway, we could check out this for a little bit, maybe. I don't know though. I feel like I'm losing energy here. I'm not gonna lie. Bear with me. I am, like I said, I'm still kind of sick. I don't have a ton of energy. Um, is there anything else I could really listen to that would be really good? Which vampire killer is this? Hell yeah. Out of Time is cool. Aquarius, that's one of my favorites too. Cross Your Heart is good. Kind of just picking it random. I only want to go back to this because I wanted to listen to. Where are you? Yeah, there we go. This is really good. Dude, this is like one of my favorite opening themes. Especially with the ambience of the rain and the enemies you're fighting, Alucard's grunts. It's the whole thing together is just really fucking cool. And it definitely makes this one of my favorite starts to the Castlevania game. Obviously, this is just iconic. I mean, dude, it's hard to beat that almost, you know? But Cross Your Heart, that's also a really good opening theme. I mean, that's hits you right off the bat. That is so. This is a really good open. If you want to like get into it, and, you know, like bam, kick these guys' asses. Yeah, this shit's awesome. I don't even know what I'm saying. On the Amiga, huh? This is not the best version of Wicked Child. I do like this one actually. I have heard this one. I was gonna say, yeah, New Messiah is really cool. Obviously, you know how much I like the Run Bloodlines. This is the Richter mode for this game. We already listened to that. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Again, I like the other version better, the one where you play as Maria. I just don't like the... Yeah, that's a synth. It's not my favorite. It's a little too wobbly. Yeah, man. Order of Shadows. Yeah. Listen to this one from Order of Ecclesia. I like this one a lot. I like this game a lot. It's a really cool game. Probably call it here. I feel like out of time mode. There's not so many. We'll let this one right out. So yeah, I mean, I guess if you're watching after this comes out, or not comes out, after this is recorded stream. Thanks. for watching this. I don't know why you're here, but you are. So, yeah, I just wanted to send some Castlevania music, one of my favorite game franchises of all time. One that's pretty near and dear. So I, just wanted to relax, unwind after a good day of classes. I love that game. Yeah, well, I guess thanks for checking this out. Um, and I do want to stream Hades because I just got that. I know it's like so late. Um, but I saw Hades too, and I do want to play that. So I want to play through Hades first, and I know Hades 2 just came out of early access, so um, eventually I'll probably play through that. I want to get through like a full game um on Steam or on stream. I feel like I haven't put any effort into that. I started um I think the only one I played all the way through was Katana Zero. Otherwise, I started Sleeping Dogs and I haven't finished it. And I feel like, Ender Magnolia, I haven't finished on stream either. So, it is what it is. Um, but yeah, man. Yeah. Sometimes I just like to talk about nonsense. Although, actually, I think, reasonably speaking, I didn't actually do that much talking. I was just kind of making very surface level observations on uh, the music. And I think it would be fun to do more of this. It's mostly for myself, but if anybody stops by, I'm sure it'd be cool to have a little chat about the music we're listening to, because that's something I do enjoy. I do enjoy music, if you can't tell from my uh, YouTube page. Granted, I don't make enough of it, and I don't think, I don't know, I need to get better about putting out music and about making it good. LOL. So yeah, that's it. And I have I don't have anything else to say, but I kind of want to keep talking. But I also want to end the stream and maybe go eat and take a nap because I haven't eaten or taken a nap, and I could probably drink more water. I think it's always a thing, a good thing. Um, that's Hatsune Miku in the corner. I could move her around. I could make her real big. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? What do you think of that big Miku? Huh? Do you like it? I like it. Um, like and subscribe. Actually, don't do either of those things because this isn't content. I don't know what this is, but it is not content.